What is this?
This is an antique doll carriage.
This is cool.
Yeah.
God, it's really well constructed. It looks pretty fancy for a doll carriage. Usually, like this front piece right here that holds the fifth wheel, that would be all one cast piece of iron. And the fifth wheel is what I'm meaning is this right here, not that person who screws up a double date, all right?
I came down to the pawn shop today to try to sell my antique doll carriage. My dad and I were looking through my grandma's old storage unit and came across it. If I don't sell it, it's gonna just sit in my storage for years. So I might as well just see what I can get for it.
It looks really expensive to be a toy. I'm baffled, I mean, because it's really, really well made for an antique toy. Toys usually aren't built really well because it's for a kid, you know, it's a toy. So I'm seriously thinking that this is maybe a salesman's sample, which would make it worth a lot more money. Someone's gonna order a carriage, they wanna know what it looks like.
Right.
So salesman would go to the retailer and says, this is our product, this is what it looks like, because there's certain things on it you just don't see in a toy. There's no reason to make this out of leather.
Yeah.
You don't need suspension
Yeah.
on something for a doll. I mean, because it's too small for a baby. So what were you looking to do with it?
I'm looking to sell it.
So how much did you want for it?
I don't know, I'm thinking maybe like 500 or so.
You know, that might be right. It might be too much. It might be too little. So if you don't mind, hang out for a little bit. I'm gonna get someone down here to take a look at it.
Awesome.
Hang out. I'll be back in a little bit.
All right, thank you. I was really surprised when you said that it might be a salesman sample because that means it would be worth a lot more. So hopefully whoever he's calling in can come and confirm that and I'll get a lot more money.
A customer brought in what I think is a salesman sample of an antique carriage. The big question I have is why is the quality so good on a kid's toy? So I called in MHP, who always has the answers. This is the maybe salesman sample, or the fanciest toy I've ever seen in my life.
Well, this thing, it's based on a Landau, which is a particular kind of carriage. What's interesting is the Landau was actually a carriage designed in Germany, in the town of Landau. That's where it gets its name from. What was nice about it is it was set up so that when you were riding in the carriage, you could talk to each other. You could have two couples sitting back here. They were conversing, and the driver was up here and didn't have any part of the conversation. This would date probably from the 1860s, 1870s, maybe as late as the 80s.
I know it was like pre-1900 because of all the rivets.
Absolutely. A carriage like this, if it's a salesman sample, it's quite scarce. Most of the salesman samples ended up thrown away when they were no longer of any use. The high-end toys, yes, they're rare, but the salesman samples, much more so. Let me take a closer look at it. It's actually in very nice shape, even for missing the tongue hair and all of that. The problem I have here is there doesn't appear to be any sort of label on it. Doesn't appear to have any place that it would have had one. There's no, holes on the back here where a metal plaque would have been. They were very good about marking because they wanted to sell their product. The fact that it's painted black like this without any detailing, nothing on the wheels either, that doesn't say salesman sample to me. This looks to me to be a toy, a very, very high-end toy.
All right, so a rich kid's toy.
Oh, yes. This was a rich kid's toy.
Well, thanks, man.
Not a problem. Thank you.
Let me give you $100.
How about maybe 200?
It's really neat. I mean,
Look, the rivets. Look at this quality. And
I know,
suspension.
but I'm gonna have to get the thing fixed up and everything. We take 150?
Okay.
All right, it's a deal. All right, follow me up front. Here we go.
When he said that it was a toy, I was definitely bummed out. My hopes were up, but I'm kind of back to where I was in the beginning. I thought it was a toy, so in the end, I think it's okay.